Crucial Conversations, winner of international awards and scholarships in Brazil, the United States, Mexico, and Spain. I can go on and on. This is a really, really smart guy, totally dedicated to your success at every level. But most importantly, the one thing that we take for granted sometimes that we all need to be focused on, and that's our health. So I'm going to turn the call over to my good friend, Dr. Hugo Palafox, and Heidi's going to continue to translate in Spanish for our friends that want to hear it in Spanish. So, Doctor, welcome to the call, my friend. How are you tonight?
Thank you so much, John. Thank you so much, everyone, for making this happen. I have been so excited hearing you guys. We are building something huge. It's big already, but the things that are coming are tremendous. So I'm so proud of being part of it. So thank you so much for making this happen.
Thank you, Doctor. And I think you're going to share a few things tonight about where we are in terms of product, in terms of our Immunocal Sport product, if we can start off with that.
Sure. I mean, personally, I have been fascinated about Immunotech. I know about Immunotech, about their efforts, their products for over 10 years, a little bit more, probably 12 years. And since the very beginning, I was so amazed. I mean, I'm still are, but these guys are so advanced. And I remember when I knew about Immunotech, when I knew about Immunocal, when you were describing my background, I heard about the Human Nutrition Research Center on Aging. I had a wonderful time there, because it turns out that during my sojourn, during my stay in there, I was working with glutathione. I was working with glutathione precursors. And let me clarify this. I was working in a cutting-edge lab, working in cutting-edge topics, like really advanced research group. And actually, this institute is one of the oldest in the United States. It's very prestigious. So for me at that time, working with glutathione precursors was like a wow, like a really cool stuff. So I finished that part of my studies. I was in the last stage of my PhD studies. And then I went back to Mexico, right? To see my relatives, my family, and then we have this family reunion. And during this moment, suddenly I got this aunt. She's a physician. And she was like, Hugo, nice to see you, et cetera, et cetera. Hugo, when you have a time, can you take a look at this? And then she gave me a flyer with information. It was a piece of paper, not this big. It's like a small paper saying like the importance of glutathione. And I was like, this is impossible. Like, from all the millions of topics, I got this in my hand, right? That was like a huge coincidence for me. And then I saw the back of the flyer, and for the very first time, I saw a product called Immunocal. This box called Immunocal, and they were saying that they were offering the most powerful glutathione precursor in history. And they had patents and publication, human clinical trials. And I was like, come on, this should be a scam. Like, no way. I just came from one of the top labs in the world working with glutathione, and these guys already have everything and a spectacular product. My first reaction, John, was like, I felt a little bit mad. Like, come on, they are trying to sell something that is not true. She's my aunt. This is not fair. So I did that immediately in the middle of the reunion. But that time you were able to use your cell phone, right, to check everything. And I saw that every single word, every single publication, every single patent was real. And I couldn't believe that. Like, Since then, of course, half of my family has been taking Immunocal and Immunotech products with wonderful testimonies. I will tell about that in brief. So during the rest of the years, I was also watching Immunotech as a one of the kind company. When you see most of us here, we know many brands, dietary supplements you can find everywhere, but Immunotech is the only one offering a product like no other. It's one of the kind, along with the rest of the products. So since ever, I have been like watching Immunotech, like what a cool company. These guys are very interesting. And now here I am, being part of the organization, being part of the science, being part of what is next, what we have already. And it's fantastic. It's because it's more, way more than I ever imagined. Our path, our plans is very simple, but yet ambitious. Our main goal is to promote that our immune system reaches its full potential. What I mean by that, by this, when you promote glutathione biosynthesis, when you boost the glutathione in your cells, you experience something amazing, incredible, right? Your immune system works in a remarkable fashion, but that's not enough. We have been working for over 40 years. Do you imagine that? Being focused and specialized on one thing. And now we understand that the immune system is so complex that you need to put emphasis on other aspects in your nutrition. You can be very specialized in certain ingredients and actives that can do synergy with glutathione as well. So your immune system reaches its full potential. That's our goal, its full potential. So all the products that are about to be launched, all the information, all the clinical trials we are running these days are focused on that. So we are basically the one of the kind company, the pioneer and the best company that really understands immunity, the power of immunity. So it's very, very cool. I'm very proud of being part of this. And hearing John Molson just make me feel even prouder. So thank you so much.
So let me ask you a couple of questions, Doctor. And what has the product meant, not only to you, obviously using it, but I know your wife uses it. I know the kids use it on a personal level, right? Because what does it mean? Like, what's the results? How do they feel? How excited about they going forward? I know your kids are still fairly young, but what kind of benefits are your family getting with the Immunotech products?
Yeah, sure. We have like a routine. Every single person in this house is trying to accomplish two goals: boosting glutathione and cellular nutrition that goes in synergy with glutathione. So we are taking our Immunocal, like the foundation, my kids, my wife, myself. We have this wonderful product that is Booster Reds and Greens. It's a product that potentializes our antioxidant defense mechanisms. It's actually potentializing the effect of the glutathione and many other antioxidants. So you potentialize results as well. So those products are like the foundation, right? For my kids. Actually, that's the breakfast of my kids. I have a 9-year-old lady and a little boy. He's 7 years old. That's their breakfast. And of course, at the school, they eat something else in the break. But that's actually their breakfast, right? And in case of my wife, she really works out. She's also a mom. She's a professional as well. So she has a very intense days. So she also uses, also myself, Immunocal Sport. We train very early in the morning, and we take seriously that. We really train. And we have been training for several years, and what we saw is recovery. When you train so hard, it's basically you try to train with injuries, like you get injured and it's part of the deal. And it's like there's no medicine or treatment that sometimes can heal some injuries, and you just train that way. And then we have a tremendous recovery in less than 2 months, like injuries that have been there for 2 years, not anymore. And if in case you get injured, the recovery is so fast, And also the strength retention. I travel a lot and I don't train sometimes as much as I used to do it at home. But every time I go back from this traveling, I really keep my strength. I keep strong. So that's fantastic, because it seems like you are retaining your youth, like keep it strong. That's fantastic. Immunocal Sport really does that. And also we take Omega Gene 5. That's one of our products for daily nutrition. K21 Plus with adaptogens, antioxidants, and bioactive compounds. That product comes with my hydration. I try to drink water and all these kind of drinks for a proper hydration. And I put K21 Plus in that drink. So I always keep hydrated, but also helping my body to cope with physical and mental stress. So we have a very strong routine, so our immunity keeps us strong as well. So you have a very better performance in your activities, like this one, John, like this one. So we usually have meetings. We usually need to read a lot. You need to move. You need to train. You need to deal with mental stress. You need to take decisions, et cetera, et cetera. And how do you survive? Now we have powerful resources to deal with that. And the performance is awesome. So I really wish this for everyone so they can enjoy a really productive and healthy life.
So let me ask this. I have to apologize, doctor. My daughter was working on my desk this afternoon. She moved my notes and I don't know what she did with them. So I'm not going verbatim here, but Dr. Hugo and I work together a lot. So let me ask you a couple of other questions, Doc.
Sure.
Let's talk about sport for a minute. You mentioned it. Hopefully most of the people on the line are familiar with it, but we have a lot of new people. So this is a kind of a new product. I mean, we're about a year, I guess it is now. And to me, I'd love your reaction to this or elaboration on this. To me, it's two products in one. Obviously, Immunocal for the immune system, all the great things that we know the 47 years of science say about Immunocal, glutathione, et cetera. And of course, nitric oxide, which is so important cardiovascularly, recovery, et cetera, et cetera. Love you to kind of put those two ideas together so people really understand why they should use sport.
Yeah, sure. Immunocal Sport is the next step in the evolution of Immunocal. We had wonderful results with athletes using just Immunocal, but thanks to the interaction with Dr. Nathan Lewis from Oracle, as we heard from John Molson, we knew that we have to develop something else, something specialized on people exercising, from beginners to pro athletes as well. So we decided to create this very specific formula based on glutathione, but then we knew about all this research regarding to nitric oxide. As you know, you cannot take nitric oxide. It's very sensible. So you need to, as the same principle with glutathione, you need to promote natural biosynthesis of nitric oxide. So we are using NitroBoost, that's our active, NitroBoost blend with very specific nitric oxide precursors. And what is happening is like your cardiovascular disease is the one that takes all the nutrients, all the oxygens, water, vitamins and minerals, antioxidants all over your body, right? when you are promoting nitric oxide in a very strategic way, you are going to maximize the distribution of all of these actives. So your physical performance, your mental performance, your cardiovascular performance get enhanced. And now this in combination with Immunocal, this is a blast. This is a blast. So all the Olympic athletes we have so far, we have at this point more than 50 over the years. And now we have Inter de Miami with Messi in there, Club America in Mexico. All of them are taking Immunocal Sport as a part of their daily nutrition. And one of the main testimonies we are getting from them, apart from the physical performance, is recovery like never before. And there is a principle. There's no improvement of anything without recovery. And you are getting the most of that. So Immunocal Sport, as you said, is 2-in-1, like totally.
And it tastes great.
And it tastes great.
It tastes great.
Cherry flavor, yeah.
And
When you open the sachet, the smell you get is like super delicious. And when you take it, it's also delicious as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let me ask this, Doc. There's a new product that we just came along with a few months ago. Shake It Up for weight control, meal replacement, just, healthy snack. Love to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, sure. Protein shakes have been popular over the years, and the market is growing more and more and more every year. So we knew that we have to show to the world a protein shake that really meet the expectations, and also along with our philosophy, along with our immunity vision. So we decided to create our own proposal. So now we have Shake It Up. That's a powerful protein shakes. You have this blend of daily proteins. So you get protein that act fast and other proteins that are metabolized in a more slowly way. So you promote long-lasting energy, which is great. So you get fast, quick amino acids in your blood, but also you promote satiety longer, and also long-lasting energy. So that's great. So we put a lot of thought on that, on that combination of proteins. Then we also are offering prebiotics. Now that we have this huge trend about microbiota, all the beneficial bacteria that any of us needs to occur in our guts. So everything happens in our guts, everything. Actually, there is a huge connection between our guts and our brain. It's gut-brain axis, that's what it's called. So everything happens there. So we need to have a very strong microbiota there. So we are promoting that scenario with these prebiotics there. It's a soluble fiber. It's a combination of acacia and inulin. And also the immunity as well. When you have a strong microbiota, also your immune response is stronger. But we decided to go beyond that, adding curcumin, which is the active from turmeric. Curcumin is a protective, a spectacular and protective compound. We also with a very powerful antioxidant activity. So you are getting protection and boosting your immune performance as well in a daily serving. So you are getting powerful proteins, prebiotics, and curcumin. So we are very proud of that product. And also beyond those benefits, also is a spectacular product for losing weight or weight management as well. People seeking to promote a healthy weight. This is working really good. We have a lot of testimonies already, and we just launched that product a few months ago. So, and also delicious as well. We just checked our web page, our social media. You can see a lot of recipes there. It's one of the products we take here at home. I use it as a breakfast or as a part of my dinner as well, depending on the case. I take it as a shake, wonderful recipes, but also with other combinations. For instance, my favorite combination is Greek yogurt with one serving of Shake It Up with blueberries or strawberry and whipped cream, a little bit of whipped cream. That is fantastic. And you're losing weight or keeping your weight and putting it strong and building muscle. So that's our proposal from Immunotech.
Great, great. Well, Doc, I'll give you the last word. Anything else you'd like to share tonight?
Probably, I'm pretty focused on aging. You know, most people think about aging that is also related for elderly people, but that's not true. That's not true. If you are in your 30s, you are aging already, officially. Like I learned that in Boston, actually. If you are in your 30s, you are not getting younger. Well, if you take Immunocal, you get younger, but if you are in your 30s, you are already in the process of aging, but the intensity and the velocity of that aging will depend tremendously of your immune response, and most of all, depending on your glutathione concentration in yourself. So we have one mission in this house. That's what I say to my wife. We have one mission here, to promote glutathione and trying to maximize the performance of our immunity, and the rest will happen. We are seeking for the best aging and retaining our youth, because that's what we have. So if you have that, you can do whatever you want. So that's our mission. That's my invitation for everyone.
Great. Well, thank you, Dr.